Yo, Literal aka Mega Buzz. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Arceus VSTAR. Now, everyone may be thinking, I thought Arceus was dead. I thought so too, until I had seen this list in an online tournament and kind of tried it out for myself, and I was like, wow, this deck actually has potential in our current format before Stellar Crown comes out. And I was really just kind of ecstatic to really see some of the cards that were in this list. So let's jump right in to that deck list. Already here at that deck list. For a quick refresher of what Arceus VSTAR does, it has a very powerful Star Birth ability. During your turn, you may search your deck out for 2 cards, put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. And then it's attack for 3 colorless energy Trinity Nova for 200 damage. Choose your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. And with the format kind of at the very moment being a lot of Charizard and Roaring Moon and things like that, Serperior VSTAR really just seems to be the best partner for Arceus at the moment, with its attack Regal Blender for 190 damage, move any amount of your energy from your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like. And in any scenario where you don't use Star Birth in your kind of match, you can use Star Winder or Winder for 1 grass energy 60 times. This attack does 60 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon, and then you switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. So Serperior VSTAR really being able to hit Charizard for weakness, Roaring Moon for weakness, really just being able to be fast and aggressive. And Serperior is also able to one-hit KO things like Lumineon V and things like Squawkabilly EX and things of that nature. So really just being able to kind of be really flexible, having that free retreat as well. But we're not playing the Bidoof Barrel draw engine that we usually see in Arceus. We're actually playing the Liepard with its trade ability. You may discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during a turn, you may draw 2 cards. And the reason we're doing that is because we're actually playing things like 1 copy of Cyllene, flip 2 coins, and then however many heads you get to put that many cards in the top of your deck in any order. And we're playing a copy of Mela as well. You can only use this card if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Attach a basic fire energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. If you do, draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. So being able to kind of do the refinement type package, being able to trade and pitch that fire energy really early on can be very helpful. Or just thinning cards out of our hand that we don't really need anymore. Late game, do we really need a Nest Ball? Do we need that Ditto if we're on turn 4? Probably not. So getting it out of the hand, because right now hand disruption is really good in the format. So kind of making it so we can thin some of the cards out of our deck that we don't really need anymore when our opponent does play that Iono or that Unfair Stamp or the Judge. It doesn't impact us as much. Speaking of which, we are playing 4 copies of Judge and 3 copies of Iono because hand disruption is really good in the format right now. But Prime Catcher also being our ace spec of choice. You could play something else, maybe like Hero's Cape. I have seen people play in Arceus decks before, or Maximum Belt as well. But Prime Catcher just seems to be the best fit in the deck. Now we're also playing Radiant Charizard in the deck to be able to actually Mela attach that fire energy to the Radiant Charizard to Combustion Blast for 250. You could play Radiant Greninja kind of for more draw engine or more draw support, but then you'd want to cut the Mela for maybe something else, maybe just like a 4th Iono or something. So Radiant Charizard felt like it was the best fit for that. And then, of course, the last card I want to talk about here is that Fezandipiti EX, that flip the script ability, really just making its way into pretty much every top deck in the meta right now. Once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon are knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may draw 3 cards, can't use more than 1 flip the script ability each turn. So they KO your Radiant Charizard, draw 3 cards, get yourself out of that Judge or that Iono. It can be really beneficial. So, and since we aren't playing Hero's Cape, we're also playing 2 copies of Jamming Tower to kind of help us in, the Gardevoir matchup or the Charizard matchup where they are playing Hero's Cape, because that is a very common thing now, is Hero Cape in Charizard. So let's jump right in to that gameplay. Alrighty, here we are at that gameplay. At the coin flip here, do end up getting the win on the coin flip error on that Tails, and we're going to elect to go first. Usually 9 times out of 10 playing an Arceus deck, you want to go first. You want to be able to evolve your Arceus V into V-Star and just start attacking with that Trinity Nova to start powering up your other Pokemon. Being able to just go Arceus V, double turbo, and then, you know, evolve, attach, Trinity Nova for 180 can be really powerful. But our starting hand, not super great here. Got Fezandipiti in the active spot, Radiant Charizard in hand, Capturing Aroma in the deck. Heads, we're gonna grab probably Arceus VSTAR here. Not really ideal. We don't really have sort of anything else that we want to grab. So we're gonna grab that Arceus VSTAR here. We're gonna be able to Ultra Ball, pitching the Jamming Tower and the Iono here to grab ourselves that Arceus V. We could have also grabbed the Ditto as well to be able to transformative start, but we need to be able to get it in the active spot, which we can't pull off. So Arceus V, attach, and we're going to have Arceus VSTAR for the following turn so we can evolve that. Starbirth if we need to. We have Radiant Charizard. We have Judge. So we got quite a bit here. But on our opponent's side, we see that Pincurchin EX, which definitely tells us that Roaring Moon. They bench a Roaring Moon, Dark Patch the energy, Pokestop here, roll the Pokestop with getting rid of that Dark Energy, State of Vitality, and another Pokestop. So they're going to Dark Patch again, hit the energy, attach return, Pincurchin EX. They're going to pull that up into the active spot, Calamity Storm, discarding the Pokestop, taking a KO on our Fezandipiti EX, putting us in a 4-6 split, which is not really ideal for us. And it's really actually difficult for us to knock out Roaring Moon EX unless we have that Serperior. So we're going to have to see what we can pull together here. We're going to get 2 Purrloins, Radiant Charizard back in the hand, and a Prime Catcher here. So we're going to use that Starbirth ability. We're going to go Nest Ball here. And we definitely going to have to grab an energy. So we're looking at that Nest Ball and the Fire Energy here. So we're going to bench another Purrloin. We're going to Nest Ball for that Serperior V, which we only have one of in the deck right now. So we need to be prized of the second one here. So we're going to be able to attach that Fire Energy, Trinity Nova for 180, and then be able to power some energies to the Serperior. Bench the Radiant Charizard, and the reason I do that is because I want it on the bench because that card's actually pretty valuable in this matchup. Being able to one-shot anything they put in play with that Combustion Blast, forcing them to take a one-prize knockout if they can't get out of it, and have that boss or anything, can really skew that prize trade. And since we're already behind, that Radiant Charizard might come in handy. So we're going to, of course, Trinity over there, put the 3 energies to the Serperior, and then we're going to see our opponent bench another Roaring Moon, Earthen Vessel here, pitch a card to get 2 Dark Energies, pitching that Night Stretcher to actually grab the energies, which I think is very interesting. Could grab maybe an energy, you know, with that Night Stretcher or something. They're going to Calamity Storm, actually, knocking out their own Roaring Moon EX here, forcing us to just, hey, you're going to have to just have it, or you don't. So we're going to have to see here. We're going to be able to put up our Serperior V, though. But the unfortunate part is we have to pick first, which is actually not ideal for us. It's not really something we want to do most of the time. But at the end of the day, we can make it work. We have that Prime Catcher to pull up the Roaring Moon EX to hopefully be able to take a KO with our Serperior V. Or we can find a Serperior VSTAR and then take a KO that way as well on either Pincurchin or the Roaring Moon. But we had that Mela there being able to put the energy to the Radiant Charizard, taking a 2-prize knockout on that Roaring Moon EX there, being able to fill our hand to 6 as well. Super helpful here. So we're going to have to see what our opponent can pull off. We're at a 2-2 split here. They got no Roaring Moons. But with the Nest Ball here, they're going to get that Fezandipiti EX. We'll use that Flip the Script ability to be able to draw 3 cards to try to find a piece to get back into this game here. We are in a position where if they can't get rid of this Radiant Charizard, we can just pass back, take a KO with that. Or we can even just kind of Cyllene or something like that and try to dig our way into maybe a switch effect or something to get into our Serperior V to hopefully take a knockout as well. So our opponent here going to Pokestop, kind of roll the dice a little bit here and see what they can pull off. They're going to Nest Ball here, going to be able to grab themselves another basic Pokemon, putting that Roaring Moon EX into play. And we're kind of in a position still where we should be okay. They're going to Ultra Ball, trying to just thin the deck as much as they can here, trying to thin the hand. Ultra Ball pitching that boss and that Ultra Ball for another Pincurchin EX. Bench the Pincurchin EX. And then we're in a position where if we can just find our way maybe into a Serperior VSTAR or something, we're doing all right. And they're going to judge us actually. And then getting the Serperior VSTAR in our hand, boss, Cyllene, and the double turbo. We have every piece We need to close out this game now. Not even having to wait another turn. We're just going to have all the pieces that we need here. We're going to be able to attach the double turbo to the Radiant Charizard, and then we're going to be able to evolve the Serperior V into V-Star, Boss, pull up the Roaring Moon EX, and take the knockout. But our opponent ends up conceding to us first, whiffing on that Pokemon catcher, really kind of forced them to be like, yep, you probably have it in the next 2 turns, and that's all right, which we had it the next turn with that Serperior V-Star evolution. Boss, attach the double turbo to Radiant Charizard, retreat, and then take a 2-prize knockout on their Roaring Moon EX. Arceus V-Star with Serperior V-Star really is a kind of nice rogue deck heading into this kind of current format where a lot of these dark Pokemon are going to be ruling the meta. That Charizard, that Roaring Moon, being able to hit them for weakness is really going to be beneficial going forward. Now, let's jump right in to that outro. Alrighty, that's going to do it for today's video. I want to make sure to put the deck list that I was playing in today's video in the description below, so you guys want to try it out for yourself, you'll be able to. If you guys enjoy the content I've been making so far on the channel, don't forget to leave a like, smash the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!